All right. I touched on this in a house meeting today. I want to share it on video as well. So, something happened with my daughter last week or two that I correlate to my experience with many of us in recovery. So, my daughter has a propensity towards singing. I noticed it when she was young. I put her into singing lessons when she was 5 years old so she would develop good habits around singing, and that's served her very well. She has a beautiful voice, and she's done a lot of great things with her music. So, along the same lines, she developed an interest in volleyball recently. Recently being the last couple of years. So, she tried out for her small charter school team, was actually voted captain by the coaches, largely because of her drive and her willingness and her ambition and her, work ethic and all that stuff. Because athletically, experience-wise, she was okay, right? A lot of room for improvement because it's the first time she's ever played on a team. She played in a little YMCA league, did pretty well there, but then she tried out for this new school. She's in a big public school, and there's a lot of big, real players there, and they're amazing, and it was a whole different league. Well, everything in her game is pretty good, except for her serve. Her serve has been one of the most frustrating things in my life ever. So I have shown her the basic mechanics of how to throw a ball. I've verified through YouTube and some of her other coaches that the way I've been showing her to serve, which is stepping forward and throwing the ball a certain way and hitting it, I've shown her 1,000 times when we've gone out to practice, do this. Yet her body goes to a bad habit that she's developed where she steps to the side and loses all the torque. All the mechanics are gone. She has a hard time hitting the thing over the net or hitting the ball in general. It's a very awkward, it's a poor habit that she's developed. So she's argued with me. It's been, like I said, major source of contention in our relationship. We'll go out to practice, and it just comes down to this dang serve, and it drives me nuts because I'll tell her exactly what to do, but it doesn't feel natural to her. She goes back to her muscle memory, the way she's developed a bad habit. Well, finally, she tries out for this team at the public school. It didn't go well. She didn't get on the team, and largely I would donate that or attribute that to her inability to have a consistent good serve. I think she would have really had a good chance of making the team, even at these early stages of her playing the game, had she done it. And now that she's had this real world experience out there from the poor habits that she's developed and them not serving her well, she's all ears and really paying attention to what I'm showing her and teaching her because it's sound mechanically. It's the right way to do it. And then she can go into variances of that at some point, the jumping serves, all that, whatever. But the last time we practiced, she was doing exactly what I was telling her to a T, even though it didn't feel right, and she was just crushing the ball. And so, where was that for the last 2 years? All I got was fighting and arguing and feedback and pushback and, oh, whatever, Dad, you don't know what you're talking about, even though coaches and third-party sources on YouTube did say I knew what I was talking about. So it's not about me being right. That's not important. It's just, it works. I know it works. And this is what I run into with addicts all the time, and alcoholics and people in recovery, people trying to better their life. They have developed bad habits, yet I will go in there, and others, I'm sure I'm speaking on behalf of a lot of people, and show exactly what it takes to obtain, to get what I have, and they won't do it. The program, the big book tells you, get a sponsor, get a home group, go through the steps, seek sponsees, pray, meditate, all these things. Go to meetings. There's the foundational things that you have to do to have success in recovery, yet people kick and scream on that and wonder why they can't stay clean and sober, wonder why it's not working. The 12-step process takes you to a level of honesty that you've probably never experienced or had, and you have to do it. It's scary, making the amends. I know that's hard and scary, but you got to do it. Then there's a whole lot of other things that I recommend to my guys that are coming into my sober living or any of my sponsees that are on top of that foundation that I recommend. And they don't have to do all of those things. I mean, a lot of it has to do with diet, even not dieting, but health in other areas of life, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, stuff above and beyond what's in the big book. But it's frustrating to watch people kick and scream and fight and then go out and have poor results and I don't know what happened. Well, there you go.